Hello everybody, Gavin McCormack here. We are in South Georgia and this week we're learning all about seals. And as you can see behind us, we have a mother fur seal and a baby fur seal. And the baby fur seal has just finished feeding. This week we're here with Pat. Hello Pat.
Hey Gavin, how you going?
Pat is a marine biologist. Now tell us everything, Pat. We want to know all about these babies. What happens at the very beginning between the courtship of a male and a female? How do they actually meet?
Yeah, so at the start of the summertime, the adult seals will come to shore. You'll have your males coming up first, and they form these harems on shore. They get their territory, and they'll fight with other males to establish a territory. And so real estate is a big thing for them. Then the females come up, and they will kind of move in. They want to pick the best areas on the beach, and depending on where they go, they'll move into a territory of a male, and then that male is the one that mates with the female. So
goodness me. Now, how many females are we talking for one male?
you can have many females for a single male. It can vary depending on the strength and the fitness of the male and how much of a fighter he is. So there can be several females in his harem, and he'll fight and be very aggressive and keep the other males away in order to protect them and maintain his harem.
Goodness me. Now, when the males and the females meet, and obviously they start to impregnate the females, what happens to the male then? Does he stick around, or is it time for him to leave?
The male will stay around for a while. He'll mate with the females, but then after towards the end, well, even by this time, the male will leave. So when we were here in January in the same spot, we had lots of males around. They were guarding their harems, they were fighting around with each other, but now we're here in March and there's no males. They've all gone back out to sea.
That's right, and what we can see behind us is the female, and there's many around here, and her pup. And what are they actually doing now? I mean, they look pretty sleepy. They look like they've just been feeding.
Yeah, so you can see mum's just sort of standing up nice and high there and relaxing, and the pup's just to the side of her, and it has been suckling at the mum, drinking her milk. So they'll do this for about 4 to 5 months. For our Antarctic fur seal, it's actually quite a short period of time for fur seals and sea lions in general. So
Right.
it's much shorter than some of the other species, which may suckle on their mum for even up to a whole year.
Whole year. Now, when the suckling is finished and the baby is ready to go into the big wide world, what happens? Do the mother and baby keep in touch, or is it goodbye and fend for yourself?
From there, it's pretty much goodbye. So the mother will go her own way, the baby has to fend for itself. They might see each other again out there, but in reality, that's it for them. There's no more connection after that.
Oh my goodness, must be quite scary.
Yeah, definitely. You could imagine.
Yeah, now what about these babies, these pups? How do they actually become equipped to go out into the real world? I mean, they're pretty small at the moment. They look really cute and soft. How do they become equipped, and when do they know it's ready to go out into the ocean?
Yeah, so they'll be on shore. They're feeding off the mum. They're under their parents' protection while they're on shore, more or less. But they'll also be playing around. They'll be in the water swimming. We've seen a lot swimming around in the shallows, developing their muscles and their ability in the water. They'll be play fighting with each other, learning how to sort of fight and hold their own ground. But yeah, just continue to develop their different little skills to survive out there.
Yeah.
And then when it's time, they're on their own, but they've probably already started practicing hunting fish and things like that in the water by that time.
Yeah, so cool. And I've seen many seal pups venture into the water and then come back onto the shore, because we have so many here. I've heard this beautiful calling. What's actually happening? Why are they calling out?
Yeah, so voice is a very important thing for not only our seals, but also our penguins too that we've been seeing. It's very important for them to be able to recognize their mother. So they'll use voice to call out to each other, and in doing so they can find and locate each other. And you can imagine a whole big area full of fur seals. Using the voice is a very effective way of finding each other once again.
Wow, so each seal, pup and mother have a special call that helps them locate where they are and who belongs to who.
Yeah, it all sounds the same to us, but for them, they can differentiate between what's their pup and who's someone else.
Amazing. Now, when they get into the water, do they also use this kind of call as a way of communicating, or how do they use clicks and sounds and beeps? They sound quite technological. How do they use these in the water?
Well, our fur seals, they don't use sound as much as your dolphins and things do. In the water, they're a lot more silent. They're not making as much vocalization. Sometimes a few things on the surface and whatnot, but for them, it's a lot of eyesight. They use their whiskers to find food down there. It picks up vibrations in the water.
Wow.
And yeah, they're sensing in those different ways when they're hunting.
Now, when they get into the water and they become ready to go out and swim in the Great Southern Ocean or the Scotia Sea, what perils are waiting for them. I mean, I've seen they're pretty swift on land. They waddle around quite a bit. In the water, they're like darts.
Yeah.
Do they have to be versatile, and why?
Yeah, definitely. There are other predators out there that could attack them. For some of our younger fur seal pups, things like leopard seals can be a threat to them. Also our killer whales, our orcas, definitely will hunt on these guys. And in other parts of the world, sharks like the great white shark are a threat to other fur seals and sea lions as one of their predators in the wild.
Now this week, we want you to continue your research on seals. As we've learned from Pat over this week, there are many types of seals here in the Antarctic region for you to research. This week is all about fur seals, but we want you to choose your favorite and conduct a research project all around it. Thank you so much, Pat.
Thank you, Gavin.
It's been amazing, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.